Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a little Q&A session while I get ready, okay? I'm actually just gonna start because I just need to get started. So today's video is going to be a Q&A all about my move to Vegas. So I recently asked my YouTube members if they would ask me some questions on our private community tab just regarding Vegas, and I thought there would be like, I don't know, 3 questions. You know, most people are saying, why Vegas, why Vegas, why Vegas, why did you choose Vegas? And so I thought I could do a Q&A, and I was like, oh, maybe people will ask like a couple more questions. No, there's so many questions. I'm gonna answer as many as I can regarding my most recent move while I get ready with some makeup, some new makeup, some makeup that I purchased recently from Sephora that I'm going to be reviewing soon. So we're just gonna hop into it. I'm gonna apply my primer and let this sink in. And let me play my intro for you to make this an official video. All right, glad we have that out of the way. I do have a shirt on, thank you so much. I'm just wearing a tube top, but I haven't worn a tube top in years, but you know, is what it is. So I used the FAB Coconut Skin Smoothing and Priming Moisturizer because I am gonna use one of my new skin tints that I picked up. This one is from L'Oreal, the Skin Paradise. I just bought a bunch of new skin tints. I do have a video on my haul, plus some first impressions on most of them, besides this one, because this is gonna be my first time using it. So if you want to check that out, I will link it up in the cards, but I've been using this primer across all of the skin tints, so that's just kind of what I've been doing. So I'm going to try this one from L'Oreal Paris. I have the shade Light 03. So if you have not seen me talk about it, I have recently moved from Iowa to Las Vegas. I am going through a divorce, so that's why I felt most comfortable asking on my YouTube membership page. And when I said, please only ask Vegas questions, everyone just asked Vegas questions. So I'm really grateful to my members for supporting me and, you know, understanding and all of those good things. So thank you so much to anyone who is a member or anyone who asked a question. I just really do appreciate it so much. So this is gonna be a terrible color. Okay. Okay, don't freak out. This is like orange. Who? Okay. This is literally orange. Okay, am I orange? Yes, I am. Basically, that's the reasoning behind my move. I just really wanted to get a fresh start somewhere else. But also, why Vegas? I mean, for a few different reasons. I really enjoy the weather here. I'm definitely a warm weather girl. I mean, a lot of you probably know, I always hated the Iowa winters, and just, you know, realizing that I was living life in like a countdown mode, always counting down till summer, always counting down till the few, you know, the couple of nice months that we would have in Iowa versus the majority of the year not being so nice. So I wanted to move somewhere where I just could see the sunshine every day and just, you know, be warm. I know Vegas gets cooler in like January, February time. I've been here January, February time, like it definitely gets cooler, but obviously nothing like Iowa. Also, I wanted to be in a space where I could feel more like myself. I really have never felt like myself in Iowa. With what I do, you know, I started blogging in 2009. I started my social media career in 2009, and I've just never felt understood anytime, especially in the early days, but even still now, like anytime I would talk to people about it, it would just be met with like such, like people just didn't understand what I did or didn't accept it, or like the amount of times like I've been made fun of. My clothing has always been made fun of. Like I have a series on TikTok of clothes that I've worn that I get made fun of. I just really felt like I couldn't go to my full potential and fully be me if I decided to continue to live in Iowa. You know, I did stay there because of my marriage and because his family was there, but now that that is not you know, a puzzle piece in my life, it was like, I cannot stay in Iowa. Like I need to go somewhere where I'll just feel more accepted and be around creative people. And it's been such a refreshing feeling being here, and when I tell people what I do, it's like, oh, awesome, and people will like actually ask me questions and be interested in it, or just non-judgmental. I was literally filming in the gym today, like just little videos of me. I was like filming part of a TikTok, and like someone asked me if I needed any help because like I've met quite a few people here, and pretty much everyone knows what I do, and people are offering to help me and offering to help me make content. Someone was taking my photos for me the other day, and it's just like, I feel more accepted here, more myself. I can wear whatever I want to wear and no one looks at me. No one looks at me different. So that's something that I definitely, you know, really appreciate. So those are some of the biggest reasons. Also, I love Vegas. I have always loved Vegas. I came here for the first time when I was 22, and I've come back pretty regularly throughout the years. I used to read books. Jackie Collins had a great book series, and a lot of them revolved around Vegas, and Vegas from like many years ago, and when the city was like not first starting out, but like getting really popular for being what it is now. And I loved those books so much, and Vegas just seems like such a cool place to me. The history behind this place, it just is awesome. I do have friends here. Michelle Wong has been instrumental in my move. She's just been absolutely amazing. And then I do have some other friends here too. A lot of times when I would come, I would see like Michelle and Risa. I'm trying to make some plans with Annette's Makeup Corner to make plans of when we can like get together. I'm really excited for that, just using my Armani concealer plus a little bit of my Nars. So, you know, having friends here, my family comes here a lot. Yeah, I'll just be able to see people more. I feel like friends will actually visit me here too. So, you know, I feel like one of my aunts was already here this week. Like, I mean, I feel like I'm just not gonna have a shortage of visitors. Like, we're slowly like getting back into the swing of things, which is, you know, so awesome. But I feel like, you know, I'll have some visitors out here. But those are just some of the biggest reasons. And I mean, you know, I kept coming back to like, why not? Like, why not Vegas? Why not at least try it? And, you know, coming off 2020 was just a really bad year. It was a really bad year. And to just be able to come somewhere and just say, you know what, why not? Why not have fun? Why not enjoy the weather? Why not enjoy this city? Like, you know, why not try it? Why not do it? Another question I got asked a lot was, did I buy a house here? Am I, you know, planning to stay here? Because I had mentioned in one of my videos that the space I'm in now, I am planning to be temporary. So I was saying, I don't know how much I want to buy here. So people were asking, am I moving somewhere else after Vegas, or like, what's my plan? So I did not buy a house. I mean, I would have liked to, but at the same time, I did want to give myself some time here to see, do I want to actually live here? Or will I just be here for a year and then be like, you know what, I don't think this is where I want to settle down. And, you know, I'm free to try somewhere else. You know, we are also in the process of selling the house in Iowa, so I'm still on a mortgage, and I don't even know, quite honestly, if I will be able to get a mortgage by myself. That's one thing I don't hear influencers talk about a whole lot, but because of our job and because of how it's still considered, you know, so non-traditional, the income can be so fluctuating. I don't know if I'll be able to get a mortgage by myself because of my non-traditional career. So that's something that's also, you know, very stressful to think about. And one of the downsides of this career, even buying a car by myself, I don't know how that's gonna go. But a house is a completely different thing, and it's much, much harder for us in this career space. You know, obviously, unless you're just uber successful, you just go pay for cash everywhere, like, then that's great. But, you know, that's not my life yet. Thank you so much. It's not my life yet, but gotta project out the good things. I just moved into an apartment, and I just signed a year lease, and I said, you know, I'll give myself a year and see what I think. And if I want to stay here, great. Then hopefully I can get a house at the end of the year. If I decide that it's not for me and it was just a fun year to get my bearings and take a breath and rebuild myself and get my confidence back and, you know, all of those things, then, you know, great. It was just a little pit stop. So yeah, I'm just, it's just Aries and I, and we are living in an apartment, and I'm just trying to make things work. You know, I went from having an office and also a filming room, and now I just, the complex that I really wanted to live in only had 1 or 2 bedrooms. So I couldn't do like well, technically I would have wanted a guest room, so a bedroom filming room, an office, and a guest room, but I could have, you know, had a filming room if I wanted to, but I just have a 2-bedroom, so, you know, I left a lot behind. And when people are like, you left so much behind, it's like, well, I'm also really downsizing. I don't have the amount of space, I don't have the amount of storage, but also, you know, I drove and I just had one small U-box to fit all of my furniture into that I wanted to bring, any of my totes that I wanted to bring, anything like that, and then just my car. And with also having Aries and having her kennel and just space for her to move around, you know, I just didn't have a lot of room to physically get stuff here, and then I don't have a lot of room here. So that's why I downsized so much. It's in an apartment, and we're just gonna see if we like it here and if we want to stay, and then hopefully I would be able to get approved to get a house, but I honestly don't know if that will happen. I mean, it will happen. Put it out there, Samantha. It will. If that's what I desire is a house, I will get a house. The question that I definitely got a lot was, how am I liking it, and how is Aries liking it, of course. So I honestly am really loving it. You know, one of my aunts was here this week visiting me, and, you know, she asked me several times, how are you doing? How are you liking it? You know, do you think this is where you want to stay? Like, what do you think? And I just kept saying, like, no, actually, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's obviously so different from Iowa, and I've only been here not even a month yet at the time that I'm filming this. I've not even been here a month, but you know, it's so wild to me. There's just so much to do. Like, anything you want to do, you can do it here. It's just like crazy to me, especially coming from a very small town in Iowa. Like, it's just, there's food everywhere. Pretty much all I did the first week was eat, like eat out places, because it's just like, there's so many options here. But it's like, if you don't want to do something, you don't have to. But if you want to do something, there's a million things to do. And the apartment complex that I'm living is also a very social place. They put on a lot of activities for us. They have a ton of like fitness classes to go to. I did a group hike last week. So it's been really easy to meet people that way. And everyone here seems really nice. A lot of us are around the same age. There's a lot of creatives that live here too. I've met YouTubers, I've met Instagrammers, in like the gaming space, the fashion space. So that's been really fun for me. I met like photographers and videographers. Like, it's just, it kind of feels like I'm around like my people, and people understand when I say things. And I don't know, it's just, it's so different, but it's been really nice. I've really been enjoying the weather. It's been really beautiful since I've got here. I know obviously it's about to get really hot, which, you know, I know that. So we'll see how I am there, but so far it's been really great. And Aries has been thriving. I don't even know how to explain Aries to you guys. I was really worried, you know, too, about the heat and just the change in climate and how is she gonna do. I will let her out, because another reason I chose this apartment is because they have, one of the buildings has enclosed yards. So I actually have a little yard for Aries. It's not big, you know, we're coming from our house before had a huge yard, and the one before that had a big yard. You know, I was definitely worried for Aries. She's never been in an apartment, and I just didn't know how it was gonna go. I was so worried about that, but thankfully she's just done so well. So we have this little enclosed yard because, you know, obviously I wanted it for her, but also for me to, you know, not have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and put my shoes on and put her leash on her and walk her around. And it's just, she's not used to that either. So when this place was the only place I looked at that had this enclosed yard, I was like, I need that. Like, that will be absolutely amazing. So I decided not to get like a garage or anything for me. I was like, I need the yard for Aries. Like, I would much rather, you know, give up a few things for me and be able to have that yard for Aries. And I will let her out and she will lay there in the sun. And I'm like, I mean, she's always loved sun. We've always, you know, called her a sun dog and a sun chaser and all of these things. But the other day I let her out and the sun was setting, and she found the one little sun patch in the yard and laid there in it. And I just looked at her and was like, you are a Vegas dog. You are. Like, it was so funny. I took her picture, of course, But just to see that just made my heart happy, because I was like, you know, what if she absolutely hates it here? And you know, I've kept a close eye on her too. Obviously her water bowl always has water in it. Sometimes we would actually limit her intake of water in Iowa just because she would drink so much and so fast, then she would throw up. But I will not have her water bowl be dry. So she'll, you know, always have water. I've bought her like a little like wax thing for her paws. She's snoring if you can hear her. I bought this like wax for her paws that's supposed to act as like an invisible barrier, like supposed to act like a boot for like warm pavement. So I put that on her almost every day. And then I also did buy booties, but just in case she didn't love them, that's why I also got the wax. I noticed her nose was getting a little bit dry. Like it wasn't cracked by any means, but I just noticed it was looking a little dry. So it could be like sunburn or just change in climate or something like that. I don't think that she's dehydrated and her gums look fine, but I bought something called a snout soother, and I've put it, it's just like a little balm. So I've put that on her nose and it already looks so much better. So that's the only thing I've really like noticed with her. But I found a new daycare for her and she loves the daycare. She, you know, I'm always so nervous to make sure that she really likes it. But on the second day when I let her in, she just zoomed right off. And every day that I let her in, the other day, there's a door and you know, the dogs like go through the door with they call them nannies. And no one was in there yet. Usually someone's always been in the front, but this day was the first time no one's been in the front, so I just had to wait for someone to come in. Aries went and sat in front of the door and stared at it, just waiting to be let in. I was like, so I know that she really likes it there, which definitely helps me a lot for sure, because yeah, she seems to enjoy it so much. And they send pictures every day and they're really good at giving updates. That didn't happen in Iowa. Usually they're like, oh, you know, she had a good day. But they were like, she did this today. She played with this dog today. She really seems to love this. This is what we've noticed about her personality. Like they seem to be like very hands-on. They have a pool and it's all free run. So like whenever the dogs want to run, they can go outside and just run around, which is like Aries' favorite thing to do. So I love that for her. And then they also have a pool, so the dogs can go in the pool if they want to. So they have that option when it's really warm. So we've both been doing really good, really good. Thank goodness. Also, I just have to say, this Dior powder, I have been loving it. Like, truly, just, I don't know. I love it. I can't stop using it. I love it so much. The Dior Powder No Powder, I have the shade 3N. I cannot. Like, I can't tell you how much I love it, because I do. I'll put it on my chest, too, and it smooths everything out. I've been putting it on my shoulders. It's literally like a blurring powder. It's expensive, it's Dior, but like I can't recommend it enough. Flip into the questions that I have screenshotted, because those were kind of the main like few that I kept seeing over and over again, so I just thought I'd answer those. But another question regarding Aries is about her outfits. I know a lot of people are very concerned that she will not be picking out her sweaters. You know, like I said, it does get chillier in January and February, so you know, if it gets real chilly, then I'll definitely pick out her sweaters. I brought her favorite ones with her. You know, we all had to downsize. She had to choose her favorite toys that she wanted to bring with her, and then I brought her favorite sweaters with her too. But I was thinking, you know, she has her boots. I'm gonna see how she does and see if she likes wearing her boots, because you know, that will be very stylish. But I was wondering maybe just like grabbing some like t-shirts or just, you know, like little things like that. I might still grab some for her, just because she's a fashion diva. I mean, I know that she wants to wear some clothes. I know that she does, deep down. She does. Brandy said, what's your favorite part of Vegas so far? Weather, options for shopping, dining, and entertainment. We need the tea of such a dramatic geographic change. Yeah, so I kind of touched on that, but like, honestly, I don't know. I just feel like my favorite part of Vegas is like, I just kind of go back to like, I can just be me. I can just do whatever I want to do and just wear whatever I want to wear. And if I want to sit inside and work all day, that's totally fine. Like, you know, I feel like I've been making some friends here at the complex, and there's always things for us to do and like classes to do, or we have a restaurant here and there's always like events going on at the restaurant. We get like free food and drinks. And people will be like, there's like karaoke nights, there's trivia nights, there's so much to do. And people will be like, Samantha, come out. And I'm like, I really have to film and edit. And they're like, oh no, okay, how about tomorrow then? And I'm like, okay. Like, people get it. And it's just, I don't know, it's just such a different, and not to say, I'm not meaning to speak badly of anybody back in Iowa, truly. It's, you know, no one was like mean to me or anything like that. But I just think there was this like disconnect of like not really like understanding this lifestyle. And even for the people who aren't YouTubers, it's like I just feel like they're more understanding, which is so nice. So yeah, but all the food has been so fun also. I just, like I said, I can't stop eating. I did talk about in my Will I Buy It about I was just having a hard time doing some normal tasks because I was kind of, especially with this being an apartment, I feel like it's kind of easier to be like, oh, I'm just in a hotel and this is just a temporary change and I'll be going back home soon. So I couldn't open my mail for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I could not open my mail, even makeup packages. Like I just couldn't, because it was like, you don't open mail when you're on vacation in a hotel. And getting groceries. I actually still have not gotten groceries, but I have gotten my Home Chef boxes in. So I've been making my Home Chef meals. Like I said in the Will I Buy It, I'm trying to move on and everything from that, and like get into a new swing of things and get a new routine. I don't feel like I have a new routine down yet. Like I'm slowly trying to get one with Aries, like a new morning routine, a new night routine, different things like that. But you know, I'm trying, but I really am having a lot of fun so far and just feeling a little bit more carefree, I think is what I would say there. I'm also using, I really wanted to use this Kaja Sculpting Trio on camera because I bought this and a bunch of other cheek products in my last Ofra haul. So when I did a try on, I used the other products, but I really wanted to show you this because especially the bronzer, it's a cream bronzer, and the blush, powder blush, I have been loving these. I go a little bit hard on the bronzer first, but then I like blend everything together and blend everything out. But I've just been loving this stack. I'm using it so much. It's crazy, it's crazy. Abby said, do you have enough hot weather clothes for Vegas? Or are you gonna have to change your whole wardrobe from Iowa mode to Vegas mode? You know, I thought I would be fine. I really did. I left a lot of clothes behind also, just knowing that's like, you know, I can purchase new clothes. It's so funny, like once I got here, I was like, oh no, I do need different clothes, don't I? So I've done a few like shopping trips so far, mostly for just like flowy casual dresses. That's really, I told myself I don't want to wear like jeans or pants, at least for a while. And I just want to wear dresses because that's something I would like never do in Iowa. Anytime I would go somewhere wearing like a nice dress, it'd be like, why are you wearing that? Whereas here, it's like, no one cares. So I've been like trying to wear dresses as much as I possibly can. So I did do a little bit of shopping. I've been doing a bunch of like mini vlogs on my TikTok, which is by Samantha March. And I asked if you'd want me to post them as YouTube shorts, which is the new YouTube feature with an under 60-second video. And I said I could post those as like mini vlogs here on YouTube, and everyone said yes. So actually the day I'm filming this is the day my first one went up. So if you haven't seen it, I will link it. It's pretty upsetting though, because YouTube used to treat them as like a regular video and it would show on my homepage, and it's not anymore. So I think it's harder to find. A lot of people told me it didn't pop up in their subscription box, which is disappointing. So I'm not sure what's going on with shorts, but again, I'll link it in the cards if you'd want to see that. But I am planning to post some more, and I just posted a clothing haul today, and I have another one coming up. So definitely needed to adjust my wardrobe, but I feel like my makeup preferences are changing too. Like I'm doing a lot more lighter coverage, you know, the skin tints. I'm doing just a like, I feel like I've usually done simple makeup, but I feel like I'm going even more simpler. Like, but I'm not mad about it. Jenny said, wondering as someone who moved across country and back and found some major culture shock moments, what, if anything, really strikes you as different? People talking to strangers, traffic, or social patterns, etc. You know, it's weird because I have also, I started talking about this on TikTok, but about how nice people are here. And it's just funny being from the Midwest. It's like you always hear like, oh, people in the Midwest are just like the nicest people. And I'm like, people in Vegas are so nice. And I know not a lot of people are local to Vegas. A lot of us, you know, are people that came here from other places. But seriously, like everywhere I go, people are so nice and so friendly. It's just shocking. Even if I go to pick up food at a restaurant, the worker will talk to me for 5 minutes about anything. It's just, it's like, it's so shocking. Like, I just don't know what to say. I've been so surprised many times now of how just nice people seem here. I guess I kind of thought Vegas, I think I was thinking maybe it would be like LA, where maybe people aren't quite as friendly, but people here just really seem very kind. So that's something. And I also was really curious about the traffic and how traffic would be, and it's really chill. Like, Vegas is very, very normal. Obviously the Strip in downtown, you know, Fremont Street, all of those are very different from living in a suburb and just living life as a regular person in Vegas. The traffic here is not bad at all. If you drive by the Strip, it can get a little heavy, but even like just driving anywhere, everything's really close together. You can pretty much get, from where I am, I can get to a lot of places within 15-20 minutes, including the Strip, including the airport. So yeah, it's just, the traffic's not bad at all either. I know a lot of people ask me about family. This question is, I know you took a trip there with your mom for her birthday. Any plans for her to come visit you anytime soon? Yeah, so a couple years ago, it was, my mom's birthday is in January. I came out here in January. Oh, it was January 2020. Had a meetup with Michelle Wong, Risa Does Makeup, my friend Jamie Walsh, Glam Latte was here at the time, and the four of us did a meetup in, I think we were in Summerlin, which was so fun. And I was here for my mom's birthday, and I'm so glad that we were able to do that trip, because then March 2020 happened. But yeah, like I said, a lot of my family really loves Vegas. My mom really likes to come out here too. So any plans for her to visit me? She does have plans to come out, which I'm very excited for. So hoping everything stays on track with that, and she'll be here in the next couple months, and you know, get to see my new place. I did actually come out with her. This is something that I didn't mention on social media, and kind of goes back to like Vegas being a normal place, but people not perceiving it that way. I did come here in February. I know I had some questions about it too, about like, how did I decide where to live, and like, did I come out here at all to look at apartments? And I was here in February with my mom, and she and I looked at places together for me. So it was really nice to have my mom here for that. But I didn't say anything on social media, because coming to a place like Vegas, people only assume you're here to party. Like, there's no other reason you can come to Vegas. So I was like, even if I say like I'm seeing family or whatever it is, I know people are gonna just say horrible things about me, about like traveling in a pandemic, and like, I don't care, and I'm just in Vegas to party, and all of these things. And I couldn't stand up for myself to say, no, I'm actually looking for a place to live, without explaining obviously why I'm looking for a place to live. Meredith asked, what other places did you veto before deciding on Vegas, and ultimately why did you choose there? So I kind of explained why I chose here, but yeah, I had some other options in mind. You know, I'm a travel lover at heart. Once I realized that I could, you know, kind of start over and find my own way and be able to do it outside of Iowa, I definitely thought of like New York and LA, of course, you know, for career purposes and all of that. New York, especially for like publishing and that side of my career. I wanted to move to New York when I was young. When I was in high school, I had dreams to move to New York, and I never did. And it's like, I could go there, but I don't like the weather. And I thought about LA, but I've been to LA a couple times, and I just didn't feel like it really fit me. So I decided not on that, but Vegas is very close to LA. So I have that option. Like, I think it's like a 30-minute plane ride. It's super close, or maybe like a 3-4 hour drive. So LA is very, very close. If and when like brand things start happening again post-COVID, I would have, you know, I wouldn't have the opportunity in Iowa to come to a lot of stuff in LA, because you only get a day or two notice. And so to fly across the country just like didn't work. Whereas here, I could make those things happen, which is really exciting, of course. I did think about Arizona, and I did visit Arizona in November, but I just didn't get, like, once again, I just didn't get the vibe. Like, it wasn't my vibe, it wasn't my style. You know, I thought about places with water, like Florida, but because I always thought I would be a water girl. but for some reason I really love the desert, and I really do love more of the Southwest. Colorado, I really enjoyed when I visited there a few years ago, but again, weather. And when I drove through Colorado, it snowed so much and it was terrifying. I put a thing on my Instagram stories of my car covered in snow, and it said why I didn't choose Colorado. So, you know, I thought about places, you know, over in this area, but ultimately, yeah, I decided to go with Vegas, and I just feel like it's more, just kind of more my vibe, my style. I have to use the new Sigma Beauty Ambiance palette because it's just too gorgeous. I'm probably just gonna do something really simple, quite honestly, but it's too beautiful not to use. So another question is, are you going to be indulging in any of the touristy things in the first few weeks and months? I want so badly to see Sir Elton before he quits for good. You know, I mean, there is still the COVID factor. Not everything is open. Not everything is open to full capacity. Not everything do I want to do yet. That sort of thing. So I haven't done anything super touristy yet, I guess. But I'm sure that I will. I'm sure as things open up, like there's so many things I haven't done. I want to start a Vegas bucket list. If you guys have any bucket list suggestions for me, like let me know. Like I want to do the helicopter ride. I want to zip line down Fremont Street. I want to go to a pool party. I want to see a show. I want to see a concert. I want to do all of these things. It's just we're living in a very strange time right now, so those can't all be done, but I definitely plan on doing them. I am creating my Vegas bucket list. Drop your comments down below, and I'm excited. I'm excited to do it. Marie Eve said, how was the process of finding a place to stay, deciding on what you would need in terms of space and what neighborhood you would like to be in? It definitely was hard. So when I did come in February, I was here for a full week, just to be able to get an idea of where it is that I want it to be. And I looked at several different neighborhoods, and like drove around and like just tried, you know, as much as I could to get an idea and a feel for where I would be moving to. I knew I didn't want to be close to the Strip. You know, that's not, it'll be great for when people come and visit and something to do, like that's awesome, but that is not where I want to live. That is not, you know, that's just not where I want to live. But it's 20 minutes away if I want to go there. But also safety was really big on my mind. Safety, security, because this is my first time ever living alone. I have never lived alone. As a woman living on my own, it is a little bit scary. So I wanted to make sure where I was moving seemed like a very safe area, and like even the complex is a very safe area. So that was really high on my list of what it was that I was looking for, and I just had a really good vibe from where I chose. It's pretty quiet, which I enjoy, but it's close enough to everything. And it was hard because I wanted to make sure I had enough space to be able to live and also do my job. Obviously I wanted to make sure I had space for Aries. I was pretty much most concerned about that. So that's why I really loved that this had the option for the yard. And I really liked the social aspect of the complex that I moved into, and that was something that they were heavily focused on, because even though I do have friends here, which I'm super grateful for, you know, it's like, how do you meet people in your 30s? I don't know. Like, how do you even attempt to like try to make friends? I don't know. Especially during COVID. Like, it just seemed so hard to do. So when they talked about like the socialization aspect and everything that they try to do, I was like, you know what, that actually sounds really cool, and you know, why not give it a try? So it was hard. I mean, moving cross country is very difficult in terms of like, how do you actually make this move happen? But I felt grateful that I could come out here for a week to really get an idea of where I would feel comfortable at. Alyssa said, would love to know if you were putting in some me time in that journal of yours, especially with being near some of your YouTube friends now and the ability to do lots of shopping, or better yet, spa days. In other words, any plans to just focus on you? And yes, that's a big element of this year. So I have dubbed this the year of me, the year of Samantha. The year to focus on myself and find myself again and work really hard, but also, and I don't mean to like make this sound super corny, but like literally like make all my dreams come true. My birthday Q&A that I posted, was definitely a very challenging video to make because obviously my life was changing. I was surrounded by boxes filming that, but nobody knew that yet besides my friends and family. Nobody knew that yet. And I went back and forth on, do I make this birthday Q&A? Because I'm afraid people are gonna ask, you know, really personal questions, because that's just what happens when you do put your life on the internet. And there was a time where I had to decide to stop wearing my wedding ring because it made me too sad. There was a few times that I didn't in videos and people would ask about it, to the point where I filtered out words such as wedding ring, because I mean, that was just really hard. Thankfully, I have a moderator on my comments who was also, you know, taking out ones that were just really not appropriate. But for a while there, I was wearing it just because I didn't want to have to look at those comments. But then it simply just became too hard for me too. So I was really worried about what questions people would ask, and I thought they would just be, you know, full of those types of questions. But I was talking to a friend and I was like, you know what? You know, I just don't have to answer those. You know, it's just through Instagram stories, like no one else is gonna see them. And I can just pick and choose. There was not one question about that, which I was so thankful for. The majority of them focused on being inspired and being motivated, and to see that those were the questions that people were asking of me, and that people truly do watch my videos and follow me because I do inspire them in even a small way. I just wish I could explain without bawling my eyes out and making Aries wake up from her nap because she can hear me crying. I wish I could explain how that felt when I saw all of those questions come in. I was so overwhelmed in the best way. To realize that, like, this actually is my impact was just, so that's one of my proudest videos. That is probably the proudest video that I have put out, because it's all about, you know, being your best self and how to stay inspired and how to stay motivated and how to work through hard things. And I'm just most proud of that video because those were the questions that were asked. People want to be inspired. People want to work hard, and they want to be motivated, and they want to be their best selves, and they will ask the questions so they can help get there. Like, I hope you realize how inspiring that is to me, to know that so many people out there aren't just like, whatever, it's day to day and I hate today and I'm so negative and life just sucks. That people are like, maybe things are bad right now, how should I change that? Or, you know, things are looking good, how can I keep things looking good? That's so freaking inspiring to me. So to see all of those amazing questions and to be able to take, you know, 40 minutes and answer them, it just was like such a privilege for me to be able to do that, especially during that time in my life. So I talk a lot in there about, you know, starting to work on myself and spending a lot of time with positive thoughts and with gratitude and affirmations and all of those things, and journaling. And I can't tell you how much that really has helped me. And I know that not everyone believes in that kind of stuff, or you simply just choose not to believe in that kind of stuff. But switching your mindset is just so key to so many things. So I still have my morning routine down pat, where I journal, I write down everything that I want to do for the day, I write down what I'm grateful for, I write down my manifestations and what I'm working on and what I'm hoping to, you know, what I am speaking into existence and what I'm putting out there. It takes a lot of time. I wake up very early still. And I spend at least an hour on me and focusing on me and my goals and what I want to achieve and how I will achieve them. But I'm making things happen. And to anyone who like wants to take control of your life, I just so truly believe that you can, because there was a point in time where I truly believed that I couldn't. and it's about mindset. I'll try not to go into it too much right now, unless anyone would want to hear more about it, but you have to start believing in yourself, no matter, like, even if it's just a few small tweaks in the day, and then you just keep working on them. Your healthy habits, you start small, you start with 1 or 2 changes, then you keep going from there, and you keep going from there, and pretty soon you'll be able to start making some big changes in your life. So that's why I said it's the year of me, and it's the year to work hard and make my dreams come true, and I fully believe that I am capable of making that happen. Janelle says, I know this is supposed to be all about Vegas, but I'm from Nebraska and I need to know if there was anything you enjoyed about the Midwest or Iowa. Throw your Midwest subby a bone, please. Well, I did live in Iowa for 34 years, so obviously there were things that I did like about it. I chose to go to college in Iowa. I could have made the decision at some point to move out, even in my younger years, but you know, there's so many positives about the Midwest. I mean, even something as simple as getting 4 seasons, even though I'm someone who, you know, didn't always love winter, I do think I'm going to miss, you know, kind of like a traditional fall, you know, and even like, I was starting to really enjoy decorating for the change of seasons. And here in the desert, again, the weather will fluctuate a little bit, but not anything like it's going to be in the Midwest. And I do think this first year, I think it will make me sad. I think not having, you know, even though we didn't have a white Christmas every single year in Iowa, for the most part we did, or there was at least some remnants of snow on the ground, or it just felt like Christmas. Like, I don't know, like, will it feel like Christmas? I don't know. That's what I celebrate. I don't know. So I think that will definitely be interesting. So, you know, it's something about fall and like changing your clothes over, and it always gave me an excuse to like go through my closet. I do think that there's plenty of positives about the Midwest, and while I was living there, I really did try to be positive about it. Again, mindset is such a huge thing. So, you know, now that I'm not there, I feel like I'm a little bit more vocal of like, I'm so glad that I'm gone, but I didn't want to live in that mindset while I was in Iowa. Because, you know, that's kind of sad. Whatever it is that you choose to live, or, you know, you are living, you have to make the best of it and try to stay positive, because people choose to live in all different kind of places for all different kinds of reasons. And, you know, I think that's amazing. I did want to say this too, because this was something that really kind of like shocked me when I heard myself say this back. One of my Q&A videos from, it was maybe like 2 years ago, I would always get asked, will I ever move out of Iowa? That's a question that's pretty much come up in every single Q&A, which I get it. And, you know, new subscribers come and people come back and all the things, but I almost always get asked that question. I didn't realize I said this as I was filming the video, but I caught it when I was editing, and I was so disappointed in myself. When someone asks the question of will I ever move out of Iowa, you know, usually I would say I'm there for marriage and for his family and all of these things. But another thing that I said in that video was, maybe if I was younger, I would consider moving somewhere. I truly didn't realize it when I said it, and it was when I was editing the video and I heard myself say those words, and I thought, did you just say that? I get a lot of comments from people talking about their age, even with Vegas, people saying, oh, I've always wanted to move, but now I'm older and so I can't, or I shouldn't, or I would love to wear my makeup like that, but now I'm older, so I shouldn't. I would love to wear those kind of clothes, but now I'm older, so I shouldn't. Something like, I want to go back to school, but I'm old, so I shouldn't. Stop that. I don't know what else to say, but that was a big wake-up call to me, hearing myself say that, because age, no matter what it is that you want to do, you should do it. If you want to move, if you want to live somewhere, you should be able to do it. If you want to go to school, you should be able to do it. However you want to dress or wear your makeup or your hair or whatever, concerts you want to go to, movies you want to watch, like, age should not matter. And I think especially for women, we let age hold us back so much. From our younger years, it's, you're not old enough to do that, you're not old enough to do that. And then we get a little bit older and it's, you're too old to do that, you're too old to do that. no. No, I'm so over that. No. So I just really wanted to somehow work that into this Q&A, because that also had a big factor on me moving. Because again, just because I'm going through this doesn't mean that I had to move by any means. And I don't know if I wouldn't have started taking control of my life and really tapping into like, what is it that I want to achieve? What is it that I want to do? How am I going to be happy? How am I going to wake up every day and be happy and excited? And a big part of why I wasn't was because of where I lived and the environment that was around me. It shouldn't matter that I'm 34. Like, that doesn't mean that life is over. I mean, like, it just shouldn't. And I just don't care what age you are. Like, I hope that you don't let age define you. And of course, are there other things that can, you know, potentially hold us back from doing something that we want to do? Most definitely. Another reason why I couldn't even do this for a long time was because of financially. And I've talked before about financial struggles and struggles from the past, and it's why I'm so incredibly grateful for this career and how it's really been able to change my life around, and seeing the absolute hard work and dedication that I put into this. And because of that, I was able to make a move like this happen, because this could not have happened 3 years ago. It just simply could not. So, you know, I always try to talk about how grateful I am for the support, but I just really hope that you guys know how grateful I am for the support, because without it, I don't think that this would have happened. So I just, from the true bottom of my heart, from my whole heart, the top to the bottom, I just appreciate it. But if you were like me, and at one point you were letting age hold you back from doing something that you wanted to do or something that you wanted to achieve, take the age factor out. Just take that part out. Are there other factors that maybe you need to work through? Okay. But if you just take the age factor out, then what? Just try it. And the new mascara from Lawless, the One and Done mascara, is available the 25th. I'm really impressed with this mascara. I wore it yesterday? 2 days ago. I wore it 2 days ago, and I was walking, you know, outside with my aunt. It was super hot out. I was gone like the whole day with her, and this mascara did not move on me. And it also makes my lashes like full and thick and long. I've been doing a lot of like blank lower lash, because like I said, just very simple is what I'm into right now, and I'm loving it. And I'm loving this mascara. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. Oh, I'm so excited. If it doesn't truly move on me in the desert heat, like, I'm gonna be pretty pumped up. Okay, I did want to show what the highlight out of the Kaja stack looks like, but the highlight out of all of them is not my favorite, because it's super like sheer and natural. But I wanted to show it to you first, just so you had an idea of what it looks like. Now that you're in a different climate, will you be adjusting what skincare or makeup products you are using daily? Yes, I feel like it's already kind of changed, just in terms of more, I don't know. I think maybe I still kind of have that mood of like, oh, I'm on vacation type of thing. And this is kind of like vacation makeup, very simple, very natural, very quick and easy, like I gotta get to the beach type of thing. It wouldn't surprise me if this is more of like going to be more of my go-to, at least for a while. But skincare definitely has changed with so much SPF, like, and that's for my whole body, but especially my face. A ton of SPF, wearing a lot of hats. I've been wearing a lot of hats to also protect my skin from the sun, but just always having sunscreen is definitely key. But I've been adding in a lot more hydrating products, and just trying to keep my skin hydrated, because it's very strange. I went from very dry skin to very oily skin to I can already feel my skin going back to dry. I use squalene oil, which I like a lot. I'm really trying to like build up this highlight, even though I was going to use another highlight too, but it's just when I first put it on, it just doesn't have enough like oomph for me. Like there's one pass, you know? So it's like I just want to build it up a little bit more. But I put on a squalene oil a couple days ago, and it was so weird, because it was like I could feel it just sink into my skin immediately. And I was like, oh, oh, my skin is changing. So it's kind of frustrating because I feel like I just got used to a new routine to deal with oily, hormonal acne skin, and now I feel like I'm gonna have to switch it up again, but definitely keeping a lot of really hydrating products. I've been using the new Pharmacy Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I've really been enjoying that. I have a hydrating toner that I use, but yeah, hydrating masks, like trying to stay hydrated out here in the desert. That is what I am trying to do. Another question is, can we get more details on your trip? So yeah, so I did document my trip, and I am still planning to do a vlog that will include a little bit of my trip out here. The trip did go well. You know, it was just me, it was just Aries. I did get to stop in Kansas for a couple nights and stay with Ashley Clady, which was really nice, because I was not well when I showed up at her house. I was not well. It was really nice to have those first couple of nights with someone, and I'm so grateful to Ashley for her friendship. I can't even tell you, because it really was just so difficult. So to be able to have that, kind of put myself together, feel a little bit better and stronger, and then start the bulk of the driving was really like the best decision I could have made, quite honestly. But I went from Kansas to Colorado, you know, ran into a lot of snow in Colorado, especially in the mountains at night is so scary. But found a really nice place to stay. Aries did great in the hotels. And then, you know, got up and started driving, drove to Utah. I do talk about, I have a moving adventures video. I can link it in the cards if you haven't seen it. I do go more into detail because I had a little bit of a scare in Utah that I was like, oh gosh, and then drove through more snow, so snowy in Utah, and then made it to Nevada. So I spent 2 nights in hotels, which wasn't too bad, and then made it to Nevada. So yeah. You know, it's more challenging having a dog because, you know, I couldn't like go into a restaurant, so I was eating a lot of fast food and eating in my car, which wasn't great for me. But you know, it was just for a couple days. It was just temporary, and you know, it was fine. And I'm definitely still eating out here, but I'm also making like better decisions of what I'm eating, and it doesn't have to be like McDonald's and Wendy's. So I mean, I have not been to McDonald's or Wendy's, and I hope not to. Alright, so I was gonna use this highlighter, the Dream Chaser highlighter in my Life's Draft palette with Ofra Cosmetics, and I also wanted to say that the day this video goes up, it is now available as a single. Yay! This was the most requested from this collaboration, was to make Dream Chaser a single. The most requested. A lot of you requested the lip glosses also. Those we were able to get as singles. So if you haven't seen, Millie was always available as a single, but now Peony and Queen are available as singles. And then we've been working on the highlight and seeing if we can make that happen with, you know, with all of the other like Ofra releases that were happening, and we were able to make it happen. And the day this video goes up, it is now available as a single. So if you want to get just Dream Chaser, it is available now. Available now on the Ofra website. And if you order anything off Ofra, you can always use my affiliate code, which is Samantha, and that will save you the, I think it's 20% on your order, which is great. Or anything else from the collection. So that will be linked down below. But I'm just so excited that this is in a single, and so excited that that was the feedback. Like I said, when people were asking in the beginning, like, will this be available? Will you do this? I'm like, tell Ofra, because they make everything right there. They have their own lab, they have their own factory, they have their own everything, so they can make things, you know, it's quicker for them to be able to do that. But they also are so good at listening to feedback of their customers and really doing what people want to see. So when we started seeing that, we were trying hard to make this happen, and I'm just so excited that it's here. So thank you guys. Like I said, it's just so hard to say this stuff without crying. But I just wish that you could fully understand that you have changed my life. And Ofra Cosmetics and their opportunities that they've given me have changed my life. And I'm so grateful for it. And I'm so proud that I never gave up. Even in 2009 and 2010, when I was getting made fun of for being a blogger and no one understood it and no one took me seriously, that I never gave up. I'm so proud of the connection that I have with so many of you. So proud. And I'm so grateful to brands and companies that have given me opportunities, and to Ofra Cosmetics for giving me 2 opportunities, technically 3, with my project influencer, but to, you know, to head to collaborations with their brand. I just really am beyond grateful. What you do, boo-boo? I know, you're so sweet. Look at us, babe. We're just queens doing queen things. All right, I just lined my lips with the Persona Cosmetics lip liner in Almond. I'm also really excited to start using their bronzer sticks next. I have them out and ready to go, but I wanted to show you that, Kaja, for today's video. Another question from Butterfly Laura: will there be any collabs with other Vegas YouTubers? I would love to see some. Yes, I'm really hoping to make that happen. I think that would be so much fun. Hopefully in the next couple months here, you know, we'll be able to start doing some different collabs, or if anyone comes out, I hope my other friends who do YouTube will want to come out and visit me, and maybe we could do some collabs then. I think that would be really fun. This gloss from Sigma. This is their Brilliance gloss that just released in the Ambiance collection. I just immediately was like, I'm gonna put this on my lips, so. That gloss is so beautiful. So beautiful. I just love a sparkly gloss. Let me check. I mean, I feel like there's like 1,000 more questions, but I feel like some of them were kind of the same thing, you know, same like style of questions too. So I tried to answer those. Another reason I picked Vegas, there's sports here. I love sports. I really hope to be able to go to some Raiders games. I'm still a Packers fan, always will be. I said I'm not going to wear Raiders gear to the games, except for the game that the Bears come here. I'm going to be wearing my Raiders shirt to that game. Thank you so much. All right, this is where I'm going to end it for now. I feel like I've probably talked long enough anyways, but thank you so much to all of my members and for everyone who asked really insightful questions. I really do appreciate it so much. I hope this clears up a few things about my move and why I chose here and what my plans are and all of the things. I am planning to do some vlogs and some of those mini vlogs in between, just some short 60-second clips of my day and how I'm doing. And again, just thank you so much. I don't know if I'll ever be able to stop saying thank you for your support. It really does mean so much. I hope you enjoyed seeing me get this look. I know that it's super simple, but especially for these chatty videos, it's really easier for me to focus on simple makeup. But like I said, I feel like I'm going to be doing this type of look for a while, so, but I really enjoy it. The L'Oreal shade match isn't too bad once I got it blended in and used like my concealer and everything, because that was kind of rough in the beginning. So curious to see how it will go. And I used, you know, some products that I've really been loving from that Sephora haul. The Sigma palette is really beautiful. The Lawless Mascara I'm super impressed with. So yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give this one a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.